Kyle Shanahan is well on his way to AP Coach of the Year. Now, the 49ers are 4-1. That's right, 4-1 despite missing Nick Bosa, despite missing Brandon Ayuk, despite missing Ricky Pearsall, despite missing Jawan Jennings, despite missing George Kittle, despite missing Brock Purdy. And that doesn't even include all the players, the starters that they lost from the previous season. And Kyle Shanahan is still winning. Now, there's a case to be made that this team should be 5-0 after last week. If Mac Jones started last week and this week, there's a great case to be had that the 49ers could be going into the Bucs game at 5-0. Now, Kyle Shanahan has done a lot of this without a bunch of his key weapons, working with a backup quarterback in Mac Jones. Mac Jones, who seems to have rejuvenated his career by going 3-0 and replacing Brock Purdy. The same Mac Jones who threw over 342 yards yesterday on Thursday Night Football against the Rams with 0 interceptions. He had 49 pass attempts. 49. That tells you that the head coach has a lot of faith in the quarterback, but also how balanced he was. There were 86 snaps in the game, and 49 of those were passes. That is almost a 50-50 margin between the pass and the run. And even though the 49ers couldn't do a lot on the ground, they still extended a lot. Even if it was short passes, they still did what they could to stay true to the run. Now, I think Kyle Shanahan is proving a lot. Again, they brought back Robert Saleh. They completely revamped the special teams, even though that's still an Achilles heel. That hasn't been solved yet. I feel like every time there is a kickoff or a punt, you're always holding your breath because you never know, is the opposing team going to return it all the way, or are the 49ers going to not make the right reads? Is there going to be a holding call? Are they going to be out of bounds too long? It seems that special teams has always been the Achilles heel. But this year, Kyle Shanahan has overcome adversity, at least for the first quarter of the season, and is proving that he is still the offensive guru that he is. He still puts his team in the best position to win. Now, I think there's still a lot of room to grow for Kyle Shanahan. There's still a lot of things that need to happen. You're going to get some healthy players back. What happens then? You're still going to have other players that go down. For example, this game, we had Kalia Davis go down. He's going to require surgery. Your Gross Matos also went down. So how are you going to continue to repeat this week in and week out? Because teams aren't going to take you lightly. You're not going to have an 8.5 point spread every single game because teams know that Kyle Shanahan and company are coming. But there's one thing that we do know is Kyle Shanahan is one of the top head coaches in the league, and he is definitely in the running for Coach of the Year up to 5 weeks of the season.